with only your picture to hold on to. You don't know where to turn, 'cause the one that you love is gone. When you share your life, you didn't care if I live or die. So now you see for yourself how it feels to be left behind.
How y'all doing over here?
So welcome,
I can't hear you.
welcome to the lonely night city. You gave to me. Welcome to the club for lonely hearts. Welcome to the club. Now you see how sad it feels to be. Welcome to the club.
How y'all feel?
Club for lonely hearts.
Come on.
Welcome to the club. Club for lonely.
Welcome to On the Scene with Patricia McDougall, celebrity photographer, and my co-host Chintana.
Hello, welcome to our show today.
And we have some special guests with us today. So I'm going to have Chintana introduce them.
Well, we are excited to have Miss Pacific Asian American 2016, Miss Talya Vikram. Thank you for being here.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm
And-
so excited.
We're
And also,
excited to be
yeah,
here.
and also she does a lot of stuff in DMV here, as well as Gayela. She is the founder of We Will Survive Cancer and the author of the new book called Don't Waste My Cancer. Thank you for coming today.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. It's lovely to be here and to share this time with you. Thank you.
Well, we're happy that you're here. I mean, I saw you. I have lots of pictures to show. I can't wait to show them, yes. From, what's it, HerLife magazine? Was that the name of
Yeah,
it?
that was the top model, international top model
Yes.
of HerLife that they're sending out 10 the winner of the competition to Italy to
Yes.
compete for the international title.
Yes.
And
That
my-
was a fabulous event. Look at that beautiful.
Look at that.
I know.
Oh, look at
beautiful evening.
that.
Look, see, Leah's in the house, as you can clearly see. She's always, and Mario, you see him there. He's from New York. Actually, I brought him down from New York, and I'm so happy that I'm sure he's been here, but he actually came down. I took him around to the different embassies to see where he'd want to host a big event. So I was really happy to see him in the house, doing his thing.
It
And
was nice
he-
meeting him.
Yeah, he's so cool. Oh my goodness. I met him in New York at a fashion show, so he's doing wonderful things. And I'm glad that he's finally made his way here with some beautiful women that we can kind of motivate him and keep him going. And then we'll have a big event. He wants to take it all the way to the White House. How about that?
Oh, hey, there's no limit to the dream, you know. You got to
Right.
speak it out.
Yes,
Sky's the limit.
yes, yes.
So, talk about dreams. I'd like to ask you, Tan, tell us more about you and how did you get started into the pageant?
Well, my first time ever actually attending a pageant, just in general, was in 2014 when I attended the Pacific Miss Asian American pageant at the Strathmore Center in Rockville. And I just thought it was such an amazing opportunity for these young, beautiful, and very ambitious women to compete on the stage, have a platform to express themselves and their talents, but also be very, culturally rooted with their Asian American heritage. So I was kind of inspired myself to get more involved or become more active, and then was actually invited in 2015 to be the first Indian American contestant, and then now title holder. So it's truly been such a wonderful and such a privilege to have had this opportunity and then win a title.
Wow, you have done a good job because as we all know, the Asian culture is a bit more conservative,
Right.
And in America, you have got to really step out there, and even though you are very good at what you're doing, without speaking or without showcase what your capability is, nobody can not gonna know about you unless somebody speak
Right.
about you. So
Right.
what you're doing, I give you definitely compliment for
Thank you.
paving the way.
Well, it's great for exposure and
Yes.
just even getting yourself out there for any future endeavors, for you to have that, confidence and kind of just that extra oomph and to take for what it takes to succeed.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Wow.
Now, what about HerLife magazine?
Right.
You are part of
HerLife.
the ambassador and doing a lot of PR for the
Right.
magazine as well.
So I'm PR specialist for HerLife Magazine DC Metro.
Awesome.
We're a renowned women's empowerment publication in the DMV. And we really work to connect women with other women, experiences, and those opportunities so that they can also thrive and kind of get to that next level of where they want to. So we just recently had, not this past Sunday, the Sunday before, our international top model competition,
Right.
where we selected 10 finalists to come to Italy with us to participate in the Ragazia e Spettacolo 2016 international modeling competition.
Yes.
So this is the second year. Our first year, which I also had the honor to travel with 3 of our other model contestants last year. And one of our winners, she actually is now fulfilling her dream of being a supermodel in Milan. So,
Wow.
you know, it just goes to show you that those opportunities really do lead to more, you know, bigger and better things.
Yeah, I like the platform that Patricia and Nancy are setting
Right.
out there, you know, giving and empowering younger ladies
Exactly.
to really is, you know, follow their dream and their footsteps.
And
of
be
us
such
as a
strong
piece.
role models. You know, that
Yes.
was what was really, you know, great for me, was to just be connected with these women that are already successful
Right.
in whatever, you know, career or working as an entrepreneur, and to kind of get that knowledge and wisdom from them so that you can take that into your next experience.
Right.
Wow. Wow, she's doing wonderful.
Isn't it? And
And
so
they
young.
showed some lovely pictures up there earlier. Yes, and I need to get her the photos from her event. I mean, not from what you do. I didn't see them.
Oh, the,
So I wanted to make
picture
sure
of
I
Miss
share them.
Gayela.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
But that's okay. We can go back to that.
Yeah, definitely,
Yes.
definitely. So, what's next for you?
So, I'm actually going to be emceeing the pageant this year for Pacific Miss Now Asian Alliance, because now we've branched out to become an international pageant. So we're actually doing a lot of outreach in Asia, and then, of course, all over the United States to make sure that we have a really talented and very diverse group of young women to represent that Asian identity.
Right.
So I'll be hosting that come September 23rd. And then
We definitely have to be on the same.
I don't know that date is. Yeah,
you
that's a
are
busy
all
week for
invited.
me.
Please
Yeah.
come out. You can visit pciculture.com for more information on the pageant and to buy your tickets. And then earlier in September, I'll be traveling with our top 10 finalists to Italy to actually have the chance again to sing, because was my talent through the pageant that I
Right.
kind of was able to harness, explore that a little bit more. And then I was able to sing in Italy last year. So again, I was invited back. So it's just such an honor, a really humbling
Yes.
opportunity.
Yeah,
So I'm so excited.
Pat, she can sing.
Well, let's hear a note then. What she can sing?
I mean, I was impressed.
I could hear it in her voice that she
Yes,
can
yes.
sing.
I just returned from the beach, so
Oh yes.
from jumping and tackling on the ocean. So it's a
Right.
little strained right now. Otherwise, I would
okay. We won't
definitely
put you out
sing
there.
for you a little something next time for sure.
We'll have her back on the show. How about that?
Uh-huh.
So so thank you so much. That's awesome. We showed some of the pictures and we'll show some more as well.
Yes.
But let's talk about I know
Yeah.
she was at the event as well, right?
Right.
Yes. Did
With
you know
We
each
Will
other
Survive
before?
Cancer. Actually, I've had the pleasure of attending many of her events. I love what they do.
Yeah.
It's a great organization and
Well,
wonderful
Gayela
events.
does a lot of this amazing, almost a monthly event that community coming together and do fundraising with different themes that bringing people together, just come out, hang out, and also create an awareness of people to recognize the family of people that surviving the cancer, that going through the cancer, are also as challenging as a victim itself.
Yes. One of the things that we found out from my daughter-in-law who had cancer was that many of the patients are treated, and they're the attention falls on them, but the family's often neglected.
Oh.
Right.
And they're the ones that are suffering and trying to pay for, the bills and try to keep everything in line. And my personal case with my son, Brad, who the father of my grandson and Michelle's husband, he was an amazing support system. Her family was an amazing support system, and so she didn't have that. But in the early days of her diagnosis, after taking chemo for 5.5 hours, often she was driving young ladies home because their husbands left them because they had lost their breasts, their fingernails, their toenails, their hair, and it's not what he signed up for.
Right.
So that was devastating to me. I couldn't believe that, people would react like that. But even we found out that some families can't handle cancer. And so they also kind of back away from their family member, which is shocking.
It's sad, yeah.
I mean, hopefully that doesn't happen all the time, but still, even one time is too much.
Absolutely.
So anyway, that's kind of what we do. We try to take care of the needs, and that's why we're always trying to raise money to be able to further our mission.
Wow.
That's wonderful.
And
That's great. Well, we're here to help any kind of way. Let them know how they can find you so they can actually support it.
and how they can join your event and help
Yes.
raise
Be a
fund.
part.
Our website is www.wewillsurvivecancer.org. On Thursday night at L2, we're having Cher Matthew, who is a recent cancer patient survivor.
Right.
We're celebrating her remission at L2, and from 9 to 11, or 9 to 2:30 actually. And so we're very excited about that. She's created some wonderful sponsors, and she's such a beautiful,
wonderful young lady.
inspirational person.
Yeah, I do know her personally. I was gonna invite her to come to join us this Sunday.
Wow,
Guess what? She actually at the Olympic in.
She's in Rio.
Yes, she's
No.
down there actually.
No.
Yeah.
Carpe diem.
Yes.
It is.
So I'm sure she's gonna have a lot of story to talk about it when she returns. And
Maria.
we'll have her come another time.
Yeah.
But she is definitely have been through a lot of challenges.
and I'm also going to announce that night that Cher will be our 2017 honoree for We Will Survive Cancer for a celebration of life.
Right.
We do that every year. Greg Babcock was our honoree in 2014, and Terrain Lynch in 2015.
Yes.
Ginger Buich in this year for 2016, and Ginger is a founding member of We Will Survive Cancer.
Right.
And then Cher will be our honoree for 2017.
Oh,
I don't think she knows that yet.
Oh, well, don't let her
That would be
I'm
so
giving it
special.
out
to
to
her.
boss,
Yeah.
right?
Absolutely,
Yes.
absolutely.
Wow.
If you listen to our show today, do not tell her.
I think that's so inspiring and wonderful that you can connect these women with other women, and even if they don't have that familial resource for support and that unconditional kind of guidance, that's just great that you guys are able to provide that, or a little bit more, a step further towards that peace of mind.
Well, I was interviewed 2 or 3 years ago by an organization, and they said, well, there's so many different organizations that do the same thing you do. And I said, if there were 3,000 organizations in this area that do the very same thing, there still wouldn't be enough.
Exactly,
Right.
exactly.
And one of the things that we really try to do is offer hope. So we compiled this
Your
book.
new book. Tell us more about that.
Don't Waste My
See.
Cancer.
Yeah, show it.
has-
Yes,
this.
don't waste my cancer.
And it has a compilation of 20 stories of persons that have had cancer. Some of them aren't here anymore, but they're honored in the book.
Right.
And in one of the best stories is of a dog. His owner rescued him from, actually the dog was thrown away in a trash bin and burned.
Don't tell that to my daughter. She'll take him in.
No, it was horrible.
She takes on all of them.
And
yes.
so she rescued the dog, and he came and she brought him back to health. And then sometime in the middle, before she was actually diagnosed, he had a stroke. And so from his perspective, he's saying, is this going to be a deal breaker? Is she gonna get rid of me? And so anyway, she gets diagnosed with cancer, and his story is that I can't answer the door, I can't cook, I can't greet her or help her in any way, but I can lay by her side and let her know I love her. It's a beautiful story.
Really
So
inspiring story.
yeah, and so that's We Will Survive Cancer. We really want to offer hope to people. That's what they need.
Right.
The patients and the families.
And sometimes hope and faith, those are the last thing that people hold on to that can help them come back to life again.
Right.
And because life, as we all know it, we go through different challenges for a sole purpose.
Right.
Just never give up and have people like you to help keep us pushed towards the next
Well,
level.
and one of the things that this book actually is about people that have had cancer and survived or not, but it's an inspirational book for people that have any kind of disease, heart disease, or they lack the inspiration to move forward or to help, because there's always something on the other side. You just have to push through it.
That's so true. Like I was telling you earlier that I lost my mother last year, years ago. And every time when you think about situation like that, you say, okay, why such a young age? God take her so soon. But then you realize and look at the story you share is that, everybody have the reason and the calling. So whatever that is, that simple reminder of never give up.
Never.
That make a
That's
big
right.
difference.
That's right.
Right.
Yes.
So, and talk about that. Go back to the Olympic. Have you guys been watching
Well,
this?
I just sent an email. I want to show something on a picture on that. So if you can look at that email I just sent you and share that photo. But talk about Olympics.
Oh my God, I was in
Oh
tears.
my goodness! But get a little bit.
Especially the one with the refugee team.
That
was
to me
amazing.
is just so moving that they
Yes.
have a refugee team and
Yeah.
they're actually doing pretty well. So it's really great that they have that this year.
Yeah.
And it brings awareness to
Oh, it does. I'm doing so much. It's
Right.
amazing. I mean, once you get with the TV, I just want to share this right here.
Because
That's beautiful.
Well, I'm from Belize again. I'm going to say this. And you know where she's
Yes.
from, right? She's representing Belize. So a
Fantastic.
big shout out,
Wow.
to Simone. I want to mention
and
that
they're really
for
calling
sure.
her the best female athlete
Yes.
in any
It's
sport.
official. They say it's
Yes.
official. Simone Biles, I think her name is that. I'm saying it
Yes.
right. Is the world's best gymnast. So we love her, and a shout out. She's representing Belize.
Wow.
How cool
How
is
about
that? So I wouldn't go without cheering that on here today. And so getting back to just a little bit, I'm going to elaborate about cancer. And I'm going to share with you, I went to Staten Island, and I was able to, they had a brunch with some friends of mine there. So I want to share a video and also a photo of the ones from Staten Island, and I'll talk about it in a little while. But I found out that one of my good friends from Staten Island, she's not long with us from cancer, and she didn't even want to tell anybody she had it.
Yeah.
So when we found out, she had already passed, and she had it for years, and so that's another thing. So we need to reach out to people who have that situation. But this is Kelly. This is me over there. You see me on the left.
Oh, wonderful.
These ladies, I grew up with most of them from Staten Island. Kelly, she actually said, Pat, you better make sure you come. And I have the shirt on, as you can
wonderful.
clearly see. What
What
does
does
it
it
say? What does it
I
say?
am my sister keeper.
Right. And so I was in the house, and I really, every year they have it, and this is their second, but I always see them all over social media, and I never get to go. And I said, you know what? And Kelly calls me, and she says, you need to come. And I go, I can't come, not this weekend. I was like, I don't know, I got too much going on. But you know what? I said, you know what? I'm going to go and support her. So you can see Staten Island is where I grew up. I had to show the ferry boat and where I'm from, and
Love New York.
and show New York and say, hey, Staten Island, a big shout out to all my friends that we showed the pictures, and maybe Kelly can call in and elaborate about her program. But I want want to show a video if we can. There's two of them, and one of the young ladies were talking, and it was very touching. And we need to embrace our friends and everybody that we see, because they may be here today and gone tomorrow.
Absolutely.
Right.
So she had a poem, and it was so touching, and it was and all the girls gathered around her, and it was really, really interesting. But more importantly, she had another friend in the audience who was her best friend, and she said that she just worked her nerves for about an hour, and she didn't understand what she was going through. Then she sat down and she started talking to her, and she let her know what was wrong with her, and then she understood why she was taking it out on her
Right,
friend.
right.
So sometimes we don't know what somebody is going
No,
through.
we don't.
And so that's why we have to, always
And
give them a hug and just listen to them.
And people are so quick to judge
Right.
when they think that what something's being said that is directed to them, when
Right.
really it isn't. It's just that many people go through things that they're not willing to share. In some cultures, it's even you just don't even tell people when you're
Right.
sick.
You don't want them to know. It's
Yeah.
just like
Or
It's
feel
like
like
a
a
curse.
burden
Yeah,
or
or a
any
curse.
of that, but it's the more you share, the more you're also connecting those women
Right.
with the shared experience. I feel like that's what makes us
Right.
universal, is our compassion and love and able to empathize with other situations, even if we're not personally afflicted by them.
Absolutely.
Yes,
Because-
it's so true, because you never know. I mean, things is, sometimes, I had one girlfriend, not to do with my Staten Island group, my other girlfriend here, one of her friends was very sick, and no, she wasn't really sick. She was just having some tingling feelings in her fingers and her feet, and she was having some kind of attack, and when she went into the hospital, they cut off all the tips of her fingers and her toes, and my girlfriend called me, she said, I can't believe she just went there for something, and they had to cut it in actual fast, or something, whatever was going on was, she was struggling. They cut 'em.
Escalated.
It escalated, and maybe she waited too long. It was just, that
my
was her
goodness.
time.
Right.
And when she came out, she was very depressed about it.
Yes.
She got over it, but she was very depressed. And then yesterday, I went at the ladies' event that we did, the brunch. We had another girl who was 5 years old, and she was in a fire. And I want to show some more pictures if we can, but she was actually in a fire when she was 5. So she's burned, and she had some issues with her hands and stuff. But she has really overcome all of that, and the beauty in her as she stood there and was able to stand in front of everybody and talk about it. I thought that was amazing.
So strong.
It was so touching. So we really got to support each other, and that's why I'm always, especially with Chintana, she always talks about empowering, because we have to keep empowering our women.
Right.
And as well, when you have the events, it's the little words and the speakers that makes these, everybody feel good about themselves, because you don't know what they're going through at the time.
No, you don't.
Absolutely.
Just knowing other people are going through the same thing.
And that moment that you
Right.
met a stranger, they could be on their way to suicide and kill themselves, and they could just about to just cut their life short by you being so generous, being funny,
be kind.
or be kind. They say, you
Right.
to
know what?
everyone you meet.
Yeah, that's I choose try to live a bit longer.
Right.
You just never know.
And you increase your own love, and
Oh,
I feel like karma
Yeah.
by
Yeah, the more you
being
give, the
kind to
more you
others,
receive.
right?
Yeah.
And for those people that
Right.
don't have those people in their life, that's really great for, the people that are such good friends
Right.
and family members to just, share that love with those that don't have it.
Yes, really
Exactly.
true.
So can you tell us where to find you? I know
Sure.
she mentioned as well.
Oh, me
Yes,
first? Okay.
yes.
You can look me up on my public page for Facebook. My name is Talya. That's Talya. Last name Vikram, Vikram. You can look me up on Facebook. I also have my IG handle. It's the same thing, Talya V. On all social media, actually. And you can look up actually our HerLife magazine page, HerLife Magazine DC Metro on Facebook, and Pacific Miss Asian Alliance pageant on Facebook, as well as visiting PCIculture.com for more information on the pageant. If you want to buy tickets, if you want to be a vendor or sponsor, there's a lot of opportunities.
And what date would it be for the new pageant is coming?
The new
next
pageant
month?
will actually be, I cannot believe I will no longer be a title holder in a
but
month.
you
It's
still
coming
have
so
to,
short. One more month.
my
September
goodness.
23rd is the day of our Pacific Miss Alliance, Asian Alliance pageant. So I hope you all can make it.
Awesome. We
Fantastic.
already received your information as well. So you can just repeat it one more time for us?
www.wewillsurvivecancer.org. I'm also on Facebook and under
yes, I'll
Gayela
follow.
Bynum. And we have a web page, a Facebook page for Don't Waste My Cancer and We Will Survive Cancer. And I'm on Twitter at Gayela.1 or We Will Survive Cancer 1.
Okay.
So,
Okay,
That's
wonderful. Thank you so much.
fantastic.
So I'm not sure if we're able to show the videos that I mentioned in Staten Island folder, but I would like to just show those two as we move forward, because we have some other guests that will be coming on today. I think they're here. I'm going to check. But in the meantime, we want to show the two videos. The one that shows Donna, True Friendship. I want to share that because it's very touching. And that's one of the girls doing a little poem for her friend and how they embraced her. And I thought it was really, really nice. So hopefully we're able to show that.
Good afternoon, ladies. I pray that every.
Here we go. So next we have Donna, who is going to read her poem, her personal poem, and then make her introduction for Tammy Stratford. So let's give it up for Donna.
Thank you all for showing and supporting us. My poem I selected reluctantly, hesitantly, but necessary. True Friendship. It says, I'm gonna start crying.
Go ahead, Donna. It's okay. It's all right.
I'm going through so many emotions right now.
It's all right.
True friendship. A friend loves all at all times. Proverbs 17:17. I can't even see now. Okay. No matter what happens, a true friend is true. More than likely, sometimes your friends will mess up. Once in a while, your friend may disappoint you or even hurt you. What will your response be? Well, sometimes you may lose your cool and get angry with your friend. And sometimes you may just need some space from her. But after the initial response, what's next? Can you get past your feelings and love your friend no matter what? A friend is able to get past the emotions that may be self-centered. The past, the unintentional hurt, and a true friend loves all the time. The meaning gives, my tears. That means giving your friend the benefit of the doubt and looking for the good no matter what. Love your friend in the same way you want her to love you. And that thing has true meaning most recently with my best friend Donna.
She really means it when she said she yelled at me. An hour of purity yelling at me, and I'm like, I didn't know, but she explained it to me, and I love it even more.
Be easy on me, please. All imperfect. All right. I am here to introduce Tammy Stratford. She's Pastor Tammy Stratford. I had the pleasure of meeting her and her ministry, her women's ministry, at a point in my life where I was really struggling. I even sought medical help, mental help. I wasn't getting anywhere. I was going to support group meetings for my son who's born disabled. I didn't feel like I was getting fulfilled there. What I was missing was Christ. I went to a meeting, and this pastor, she was speaking, and I was like, does she know what I'm going through? Because it sounded like it was all about me. I was not a dry eye. I was grateful to be there and meeting these ladies here. I even brought a friend with me, Candace. I said, wait till you hear this woman speak. You're going to start crying. Lo and behold, I looked over, tears. It just, I don't know, this woman is so great. She's profound. I hope you get a message from her today, as well as I've gotten all the years I've known her. Well, Tammy, she's a part of this Raymond ministry. It's a women's fellowship, and it's been established over 35 years, and they have a vision to reach out to women and empower them and to fill their destiny with Christ. And that, I will give to Tammy.
Wow. Wasn't that something else? I tell you, it was so touching. That's from Miss.
That was a beautiful speech. That's amazing.
Yes.
I mean, like Gayela said earlier, is that you just never know what your friends are going through. So they say something that they don't even know what they were saying because they've been through so much pain and suffering internally.
Yes, that is so true. So that's why it was so important that I shared that. It was so powerful, and I was touched. I was listening, and I was crying, and I was laughing, and I was happy that they were embracing, but tears was just in my eyes, and I said to myself, I need to get to New York more often. Yeah. How about that?
Story like that is almost for me is empower me to feel that, you know what, it's okay. No matter how challenging my day is, somebody else have it harder than mine.
Yes.
Perhaps I should just, put my chin up, my head up, and keep pushing forward.
That's right. That's right.
And we have some amazing lady with us today. I heard so much about you ladies.
Yes, these are my and Marilyn's not here, but I'm gonna before we introduce them, then I have to get through. The next pictures I'm gonna show is about the Jamaican embassy, but independence event. But let's introduce. Yes, tell me your names and where you're from. What country?
Oh, hi. I'm Claudia, and I'm from Cameroon.
Cameroon. I hope you've had them listening in Cameroon.
I'm Linda.
And get a little closer to the mic, Linda.
I'm Linda.
From?
Cameroon too, your sister.
Oh, that's right. Pronounce the last name for me, please.
Noumedem.
Noumedem. I tried to.
Oh, that was very well, actually.
Yeah.
That was pretty good. That was very nice.
And then we have one more lady. Pull the mic a little close if you want. Yes.
Hi, I'm Adiba. I'm from Nigeria.
Nigeria.
In the house. I hope you're
I live in
today.
England. I live in England.
Oh, welcome.
I heard you have that beautiful voice.
She does.
And an accent. Yes.
Wow, so we have Nigerian, Cameroon, Belize, and Thailand in the house today.
Yes.
Oh, nice. That's nice.
But before we move on, I need to show, we're going to come right back to these lovely ladies. But I want to talk about the Jamaica embassy. The Jamaica, how you say, independence. And Dr. DK is going to call it. I'm going to call him right now and get him on the phone. Let's see if we can get him. It just says Jamaica. Yes, correct. I don't know if I'm calling him. So I'm going to call him so we can patch him in. 1 minute. I need to get him. Hold on, if I can get it straight. And we'll get him on the phone. Can I help her sit here for this?
Yeah, absolutely.
Hello.
Hello, Dr. DK. How are you?
How are you doing?
Wonderful.
And how is everyone in the studio?
We're doing fine. We're so happy. He's from Nigeria and Jamaica. So we wanted to bring him in because he was honored last night. And we wanted to show some beautiful pictures and the food. And Dr. DK, we're showing the pictures right now. So tell us what.
Wow, I wish I could see it online.
Don't worry, you'll see them. Yes, you can see them after the event. So tell us who was in the house yesterday. Do you remember anybody who was there?
Okay, Oh, yes, we had the Consul General for Jamaica, the Acting Consul General for Jamaica to New York City. We had leader from the Supreme Court of Justice, and we had a number of elected officials from the New York boroughs. We had the representative of Mayor de Blasio and members of the diplomatic community. It was really a very, very high level upscale event there they had last night.
Oh, yes. And we had a lot of honorees. Oh, my goodness. It's so many to name. Dr. DK was one of the honorees, as you can clearly see. And then we had Sadi Aaron Campbell, right?
The executive director for, the deputy executive director and vice chair for this food place called Golden Cross. This is one of Jamaica's popular restaurant locally and in the diaspora.
That's right. And then we had Anthony Rockwood Sr. He was being honored as well. He's the founder and owner of the Downbeat, the Ruler Sound System. Correct? And I'm just naming just a few. I know you had everything, and you took some pictures with I think it's Leroy, the Wilsons, the Wilson brothers.
Yes, the Wilson brothers. Both of them were honored, and they're exceptional entrepreneurs, and they're doing outreach to folks who want to establish a franchise for Golden Cross.
Wonderful. Wow. And Omar Hawthorne, he's a future leader. He was in there as well. They were joined by them as well. He's the one with the Crush franchise department. Is that what that is? The Golden Crush? Is that right?
Yes. So it was a great event, and it was great having Patricia there, and this was fully Jamaican and children of Jamaican, and this was classified as the upscale Jamaican celebration. As I am told, there are several celebrations of Jamaican independence in New York, but a lot of people who came to the U.S. from the 60s and the 50s, even before Jamaica received its independence, were present. And a number of persons who experienced independent Jamaica over 54 years ago. And one of the great things that we had was a powerful, comprehensive message from the Prime Minister of Jamaica last night, which outlined the economic plan for Jamaica and Jamaica's plan to be a crime-free society. And that was very beautiful, coming from the heart of the Prime Minister last night.
Wow, very powerful. Well, we want to thank you for joining us, but we have to move forward with the program. Thank you so much. So much. Also,
and thanks
IKEA.
for being there, and I really feel honored to be an award recipient, especially coming from the country of my birth.
Absolutely.
And it was really celebrated. So I'm still in New York, still in the Lexicon Collection Autograph Hotel, and relaxing and taking it in. All right.
Wonderful, wonderful. And Kaya, she was one of the artists, entertainers from Jamaica. She might call in if we have a minute to embrace her. But thank you so much, Dr. DK. I appreciate
you take care now.
Okay,
Bye-bye.
wonderful. And so we have with us today, we're going to introduce one more artist, which is Marilyn from Howard University, as well as she is with the Women Ambassadors, right?
Yes, I'm with the Women Ambassadors
She's the
Foundation.
president. Yes. And so she's the one that has a delegation of lovely, lovely ladies here with us today.
Indeed, they are lovely. They are talented. They are extremely talented. They have a beautiful. One of them has a beautiful voice, singing voice. The other one plays a violin. The one plays a piano. Well, they will introduce themselves. Not only are they talented, but they are very well versed in international affairs. They also know American history, and it's really a pleasure having them as interns of the Women Ambassadors Foundation.
Wow, that's wonderful. Awesome. So tell us, we'll have them talk a little bit about who they are.
Yes, and they will talk also about their program, the Women Ambassadors Foundation. They are young ambassadors interns. And as young ambassadors interns, they have visited historical places such as the Lincoln Cottage. Yes.
So tell us, what is the Lincoln Cottage? I'm in D.C. I don't know which is that. Look, I'm trick question, right? Yes. And what is that?
It was like Lincoln's house where he wanted to take
Oh,
a
the
break
Lincoln
from.
House.
Yes,
They call it the
I mean they call it cottage.
Oh, yeah,
but
yeah,
it was
yeah,
like,
yeah, it is, right.
but it's pretty huge because that was mainly the house where when he wanted to relax and just breathe. He would leave the White House and go and stay there.
Okay.
And in the cottage, there are also other buildings where the soldiers will be actually resting as well.
Yeah, and actually I found it quite
It's very
nice.
huge.
It was really, really great.
Really? Oh, you
Yeah.
enjoyed that?
And as the
That
tour
was
guide,
a
and as the tour
highlight,
guide was
right?
actually telling about his story, I could imagine, I could picture
Exactly.
it, and I felt like I was on
It's
the
like,
time.
yes, it's like as soon
I
as
was
you
living
step
the
in the
moment.
house, the smell can actually take you way back.
You felt like you were there. Like you were there.
Yes.
It was really...
Yes. I don't know if they
well,
had an incense, but...
No, but they had also some of the thoughts of Lincoln.
Yes.
And, some of the...
And
some of the historical event went on over there, and he met also Frederick Douglass.
Yes.
Oh, you enjoyed
We went
that?
there and had some tea.
They said that here.
You had some tea with who?
No, we did.
No.
No, it's not.
But it was very nice.
It was very, very fun.
So how did you get here? I know Marilyn is responsible, right?
Yes,
Yes.
but well, we are here because they have a story to tell about their visits to different presidents' home. They also visited
Wow.
President Wilson's home.
Yeah.
But they
Yes.
also were aware of some of the controversies about President Wilson as
Exactly.
well.
Oh, it had
Yes.
controversies too?
Yeah.
Yes.
Can you just name one?
He occupied Haiti.
Yes.
Yeah. He was also.
Reinstated
I think it was
segregation.
also
Segregation
the
too,
part
yeah.
he didn't really
believe in.
abolish the
Yeah.
the racial
Talking to him.
Issue.
the racial issues with the black and white, and even though he did great things, I think he didn't really emphasize
That point.
on the segregation issues. Like
I
he didn't do
see.
a lot of work for
He didn't do
the
anything
color.
to end
Exactly.
Oh,
segregation.
right.
That's
Oh,
Yes.
wow, how sad, right.
Yes, that's
Yes.
sad. But on the other side of his legacy is the League of Nations, which is the ancestor
Yeah,
of
true.
the United
Yeah,
Nations.
Nations.
Yes.
So you've been here since the 1st of August, is that correct?
Exactly.
Yes.
Yes.
And are they doing anything next door? I know they're visiting Howard.
Oh,
that's-
yes.
Yes, so tell us.
Oh, it's a pretty
We
good
gotta say
highlights.
We gotta say Howard.
We did already.
So tell us, what do you
Pretty much.
remember when you were over there? What did you do? Did you get a tour yet? Or,
Yes, we got a tour.
yeah.
We visit the museum.
Okay.
It was
okay.
very
It was very
interesting. Actually, the school is very old,
was
like
the
back
best
to
part.
1861.
67.
67?
Yes.
Oh, because that's the only thing. It was like 61. And yes, we saw a lot of stuff, especially
The studio was really impressive.
Yeah, the studio was so much
Yeah.
fun.
They did? Oh,
Yeah, the
my.
studio
They-
was really nice.
Yeah, it was really nice to see like how it all like worked.
The settings and
It
the
was
behind
really-
the scene
really
and
Well,
how the
yes.
setup, everything.
Okay.
We visited
Okay.
the
WHO.
museum.
They went
Yes.
to WHO. That's WHO, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so you enjoyed that. Did you
Yeah.
see anybody? Tony in there? Christina? Anybody?
oh
They
no, we
visited
just
the museum of Howard University as well.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
So that gave them a sense of
Art and
yes, the legacy, the
gathering,
prominence
yeah.
of Howard University. So it was all very positive.
Well,
Very,
Madeline,
very.
she does wonderful things. She's actually teaching over there. And she's doing I can't
She's
even
all over the
keep
place.
up. But you know what I love? That she's bringing her students here to actually talk
Yes.
about what they
Yeah.
do. Because we want to hear from the students.
Yes.
We want to know because these are the ones that are going to be doing movers and shakers.
Yes.
Right?
It's actually very interesting, and I would say very inspiring and motivating to go to places that have like a lot of histories and legacy, because you learn from them. There are a lot of stuff that happening today that we don't know that it's related to the past.
And it's
So
gonna shape
it's
the
very
future.
so it's very important to know what happened
in the past.
in order to understand what's going on now.
Oh, and,
And
a
in
lot of
order
things
to
are
change
right
it,
now.
Yeah, in order to change it
Yes.
and move forward
Because
from
and
it
move forward,
as well.
Yeah. Oh, trying to
Yes.
make it better.
Wow. So you went to the Whitmore, I'm sorry, mansion. Did they go there yet?
Oh yes, they went
Oh,
to the
yeah.
Whitmore
Yes.
Mansion. Actually, we had some of
Okay.
our sessions, and maybe
Yeah.
Adiba wants to
wow.
talk about that, about the importance of learning about Eleanor Roosevelt.
Yes.
Oh wow, yes.
Yeah, we learned so much about that. It was very, very.
Like she was the one who introduced, actually, who created the club, because she was the woman activist for the women's
Yeah, for
right.
women's right.
So she's
For
like,
women.
I wouldn't say probably the founders, but a lot of women fought that fought for the women's right, and
That's
she's
right.
the one who
Women's right
actually
to vote. Yes.
Yes,
Yeah,
the
she
right
was
to
one
vote.
of
So
them.
she introduced it, and she decided to do something about it, and that's how we have the Women National Democratic Club today.
Wow. So
And
so
we
I
just-
just had a question. I know you have them reading a chapter in the book. Then there were 12.
Yes.
Now I
Yeah.
was just curious, why did you pick that book, and did you read it?
Yes, we did.
Great.
I'm ashamed because it's a lot of plug against my book.
Look, it's a very nice
Right,
book,
is it
though.
yours? Is that your book? Oh, it's her book.
That's her book?
Yes, I
Oh, wait a minute. So what's just one thing out of the book?
know. Okay,
Very briefly.
very briefly. Okay, the book is more
We have
mainly about
I like the
women's-
cover.
women's ambassador. I like the story. It's mainly
Yeah.
focusing on women ambassadors,
Okay, of
women
course.
leaders.
So we will
Yeah.
let
Yes.
each of you say something
Very briefly,
about
'cause we gotta-
very
yeah.
briefly because Adiba, you want to say something? And
Yes.
Yes.
I read a chapter about the ambassador from Congo.
Okay.
And her chapter was very, very interesting. She talked about how difficult it is to juggle changing the impression of Africa toward, like, with the US as well, because she was
Okay.
trying to make sure that, because her country was going through a war at the time, and so she was really trying to change the image and soften the image of what was going on at the time, and it really helped that she was a woman, actually, because
That's
many
very
men
nice.
were actually quite surprised that she was the ambassador, because
Yes,
they
because she's
expected
a
her-
woman.
They expected it to be a man. So
Yes.
the fact that she was actually there was really, really
Wow.
helpful, because she softened the whole image of the Congo.
Oh,
Yes.
my.
Yeah.
Linda,
And
you
we
read
very-
another
Yeah,
chapter?
me,
And
I
tell me
heard,
your
yeah,
chapter. Oh,
I read
different
about the,
chapters, right?
yeah, we read different chapters.
Uh-huh.
Me, I read about the ambassador of South Africa.
Oh, yes.
And yeah, she was appointed by Nelson Mandela, so that
Oh,
was
that's
actually
good.
I
It
know.
was already
so it was already a story. Since they
Yeah.
were fighting for the same, yeah, she was really strong in her belief. Since it
Okay.
was like the time of the reconstruction, so they were trying hard to move on with the funds, and so she was trying to sell her country and maintain the relationship between the United States and her country. Yeah,
Wow,
Very
yeah,
that's
she was
so
trying to get some
awesome.
fun. Yeah, she was really powerful.
And you,
strong,
and you,
determined.
what
Yes.
book did you read, you said?
I read a chapter as well. It was a chapter about the ambassador of Pakistan.
Pakistan.
Yes.
Wow.
And
Former
what
ambassador,
really
yeah.
struck me in the chapter is that she's a woman and she's telling her story. She's not talking about all the women, but she's trying to be very objective in the sense that she said being an ambassador, it's at the same time playing the role of a husband and a wife.
Oh, my.
And at the same time, you have to actually work twice as hard as any other man.
Oh,
Because
yes.
you need to be recognized by your male colleagues. So, and she said it's also very, very important to know your identity, because once you want to be a leader, you need to make sure that you stay strong to your belief in order to convince someone else because as an ambassador, you play multiple roles. So it's very important
the
to know
link.
where you came from, what you believe,
Yeah.
be very determined.
That's right.
Because
and
it's kind
make
of the
sure-
link between your country and
Yes.
the other country. Of
Yes.
the link.
You're the
Yeah.
representative
Yeah.
for your
Yes.
country.
Well, we love that. Boy, I tell you, she's
Marilyn, so I guess the next chapter is going to be Ambassador Patricia from Belize, even though I'm,
That's what she thought it was too.
I'm going to try to get that role in place, you know, because I am ambassador for something, right?
Yes, you are.
Listen,
You
there's
are.
in so many ways.
I
mean,
do,
you
every
always
time.
have to
Yes.
plug in for Belize.
I always do. So I had to let them know, you know, right now they're focusing on our how you say, the Olympics and you know,
that's
Oh,
true.
yeah, that's
you
true.
know,
With
of course,
Michael
our girl is
Phelps
doing
and-
wonderful things. And do you know somebody from your country who's doing something in the Olympics? Do you have a name? Are you following it at all?
I'm following, but so far
don't
it's
have
very
any.
weird. So far, I haven't seen
don't have
any
any,
Cameroonian
yeah.
athletes.
I don't know.
The Americans are overshadowing everything.
Oh, yes, yes.
They are.
They're almost
They're
everywhere.
gold.
Well, I don't know.
Simone
I don't know
Biles.
Like
about
Michael
them.
Phelps.
Simone
and-
Biles.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
And Belize, of
Biles.
course. Yes, you know, they're
Yeah.
being we're so excited. You
I know.
In the
It's
States.
very an exciting summer.
So how does one become an ambassador? Really, seriously, I'm just curious. Very quickly.
No, to become an ambassador, you have to be appointed by the president
The
of the
president,
country.
Noumedem.
But to
But
become
in
a young
Belgium,
ambassador
Yes,
intern,
yes.
a young ambassador intern like these
Yes,
ladies here,
yes.
one has to apply at the Women Ambassadors Foundation.
Okay.
There is a committee. Sometimes we have hundreds or thousands of applications.
Wow, you guys
and
are
we
lucky.
select 10 students. At the maximum is 10 students per summer. So,
Oh wow,
yes.
wow! So we're excited that you're here with us today, and I know
Thank
you have.
you.
And you you didn't get to the Chamber of Commerce yet, and all those
no,
different
not
places,
yet.
right?
That's coming up next
And the
week.
African
come.
Union, you're going to be going there
Yes.
as
Yes,
well.
as well.
Well, I didn't see the White House on there. Did they get to
Yes,
the White
well,
House?
there is a White
Yeah.
House, and the White House with us.
Oh, they have
because
there,
it's so hard to get into the White
I'm gonna
House.
have to, I'm gonna have to reach out to my connection and make sure that they get in
That's
the
what
White
we are
House.
doing right
They
now.
want to
Thank
get
you.
into the West
That's
Wing,
what we are
right?
doing.
So
Yes.
I'm gonna put a bug in their ear and let them know that these ladies came so far and they want to see the White House. Maybe Obama may
Yes.
come here next week.
Hopefully,
Or Michelle,
actually.
being these are women leaders
Yes,
that want to work
hopefully.
directly with you guys. And so, we're gonna put you right in their hands. I mean, I'm gonna try.
Yes.
Can't promise
Try.
anything.
Always
Thank
try.
you.
Can't promise.
That's nice.
Well, we want to thank you. So, how long will you be here? Very briefly, because we got to move on because
The
the end of
program
the
is
show.
from the 1st to the 20th.
Yes.
Yes, first to the what?
20th. First to the 20th.
Yeah.
Well, we are so happy that you can join us here at.
They graduate on the 20th.
Oh, and they graduate on the 20th.
Yes.
Now, I know she invited me, but unfortunately, I'm supposed to be in two
Oh.
places at the same time. My niece, her
wow.
daughter is very sick. She has cancer, and so they're they're building her a park on the 20th. So I will actually be in Virginia Beach in the morning, and that night I have to come back for the African Women in Leadership conference. They're having a conference, so if you're here, we'd like to have you women. You're all invited.
Thank you.
And so,
Wow.
as we can see, we have a few pictures from that. I don't know if we have time to show it, but this is the program, and it's very powerful.
And we
It's
will
going to
have
be at the Ritz.
young women ambassadors. Yes.
Yes,
Yes, that
it's
would
going
be
to
very
be at the
neat.
Ritz Carlton in Arlington. So a big shout out, and we're excited it's going to be there. They have
Yes.
3 days planned of activities. It starts this
Nice.
Wednesday
Oh, nice.
till Sunday. But thank you so much for coming out.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Thank you for
Thank you
having
for
us.
having us.
Patricia
And sharing.
McDougall, celebrity photographer, here on the scene always. And my co-host Chintana, even though she was gracious enough to allow us to sit here and take over the stand. But it's all good. We love her. And so also Marilyn as well. And we have our 3 ladies here. Thank you so much for
Thank you very much.
from coming out. Yes. And Patricia McDougall, you can always find me. Social media. Patricia McDougall on the scene.